Hi guys, this is a short presentation of CostManager. It's the Android application that's made for helping you to keep track of your costs. I'm sorry, English is not my first language. So let's start with it. So the main idea behind CostManager is that you need to enter the data very fast, and there is no time for entering some complicated forms or activities, or call it whatever you want. You need to enter the data very fast, and you need to put the phone away. Let's say you're in some grocery store and you gave money, you're waiting for a change, and you need to enter that you spend just $45 on groceries. So let's say you spent $45 on groceries. You click save cost, you enter food, and you enter groceries, and that's it. Click save and you're finished with it. You just entered your first cost. That's very easy. Now you can see on the list that you have entered today $45 for groceries. Your balance is minus 45. Okay, let's say you had your paycheck, let's say 1,000. You click save income. You click income, and let's say that happened on the 1st of May. You set the date. You can of course modify any other data, but for now it's okay. You click save and you have entered income, and you have entered your first costs. As you can see, I can enter the data very fast and put my phone away. So let's say I spent $45 on bills. I spent it for electricity, I don't know, phone seller or something like that. You can click save, or you spend, let's say, something like $80 on bills, on gas. Save. Let's say I spend, I don't know, $70 on bills. Well, I can see there is a medical that I don't use, medical type that I don't use. Hopefully I can delete folder. Okay, I deleted it. I have 2 folders for internet. I can delete it. Yes. I have another medical, that's some sort of bug. I can rename it. I can call it whatever I want. I can call it bike. Okay. So now I have the types that I want, and I can say I spent for a bike $70. I put it in the bills, and that's okay. I save it. So let's say I spent something like $40 on a food, and I spent it on a fast food. Okay, save it. And now that I have some sort of the data, I can see what's in there in the reports. I can see it in a list. Okay, plain old list, nothing interesting too much there. I can open a pie and I can see where I spend it. Okay, I spent it on the bills $195, and I spent it on the food $85. Yeah, that's great, but I don't know what bills are $195. I can open reports, I can go to pie, I can uncheck this, run report, and now I can see phone seller, bike, fast food. Okay, that's roughly where my money went. So now I can go into report, I can go to group list, I can run it, and I can see where I spend my money. Okay, I spent it on the bills $195, but what bills? Okay, I see I paid for electric, gas, bike, but I didn't pay for insurance, and I don't know when I spent those $45 on electric. I can type it, I can see those phone seller, phone house, I can enter that, and I can see that I spent it today on for cellular $45. That's very easy. And I can go open the pie comparison graph. It's when you have multiple month data in multiple months, you can open the daily list, and that only shows for today, if I had data, let's say I spent $200, save it, let's say for a car, and I paid for a gasoline, save it, but I entered by mistake that the gasoline was paid today. It wasn't paid today, it was yesterday. So I can modify data. I can click on modify that button, change date, and I can say it was yesterday, set it, save it, and okay, we are ready to go. And I can see the gasoline is now moved upwards behind the income. Okay, I can add another. I can, let's say, another $60, save it on a car, and I spend it on insurance. That was also yesterday. Set it, save it, and I have more data. I can run a report, I can run daily list, I can run report, and I have some bar that tells me how much money that I spent today and how much I spent yesterday. Okay, that's nice, but one more very important thing is what if I had two cars? Maybe I have a woman and wife and mistress, and I have multiple children, and I want to know if I spend more on car 1 or on car 2, or did I give enough money for my children, or I'll spend it whatever you want. So I can say let's say I spent $40, but I spend it on another car. I can add a new type, and I can call it, let's say, car number 2. Okay, now I have car number 2, long press, and I can add a type in there, and I can call it gasoline car number 2, but it doesn't matter if you put it car number 2, it knows since it's in the car number 2 folder that's made for car number 2. Okay, so we'll see this. Okay, gas number 2, and I can put a save. So now when I go to the reports grouped list, run report, I can see that for car number 1 I have spent $260, and for car number 2 I spent $400. I can long press here, and I can move folder up, and I can long press it and move folder up, and do it one more time, move folder up. Now I have folders one below other, so I can see now clearly that I spent more money on car number 1 than I did on the car number 2. Of course, car number 2 can have any of the insurance or anything you want. So now I can type, let's say, $100, save. For car number 2 I have insurance, and I can save it, and I can go to the reports grouped list. Okay, and I can see that I spent $260 on car number 1 and $140 on car number 2. I can type in there, and I can see that I spent on a gas $440, and I spent on insurance $100. And once again I can enter it, and I can type it insurance, and I can see that I spent $100 for today. Other stuff that can be useful are, of course, backup. You can backup, export database to the SD card. You can export database as an XML. You can import it if you have some import, and you can export the data as comma separated values, which is Excel friendly, and you can use your data whatever way you want. Budget is a more or less known feature. You can add a budget for whatever you want. Let's say I want to add budget for a car, and that's enough, and that's for this month, and let's say I don't want to spend more than $500 on car number 1, and the budget bar will tell me for the car number 1. So far I spent $260 and out of 500 that I have. So that's the main idea behind Cost Manager. I'll repeat it once again. Very easy to type in a cost. You can enter, I don't know, bills. You can say internet, save, and you're done. Very fast. And the other stuff is, of course, reports. You can see where you spend your money. You can see overall where you spend it, and you can see in reports. If you uncheck this, you can see in more detail where your money left. You can move it if you like that. So that's it for the CostManager application. Some other stuff I will not explain. They're pretty self-explanatory. You can go to the settings and you can type in default period, you can enter default account, etc. That's all. I think pretty self-explanatory. One more thing, I can add, let's say 70, and I spent it on a car, but let's say that went on a lease, but that wasn't a default account, it was a credit card, and I can save it, and I have the data. So now I can have a default account. I can see what I spent on the credit card, and I can see what I spent on the all accounts. And of course you can say that when I received my paycheck, I had $1,000, and then I had $800, $740, etc. Now I have $205. Overall, I received $1,000. I spent $795, and now my current balance is $205. That's of course for the all accounts. For the credit cards it's different. I had no income on credit card. So thank you for watching. I am very grateful for your time. If you like the CostManager, I of course encourage you to give it excellent rating, or if you really like it, you can type on the ads. I would very much appreciate it. And there is also a paid version which is the same as this one, but if you have installed paid version, the free version will not show you the ads, and please do not use paid version as default application. It's not meant to be used like that. It's for now, it's only paid version is not only there to exclude ads from the free version. So thank you for watching, and I hope you like the CostManager.